Hey everybody, so Wacom has generously sent me one of their Wacom Cintiq 16-inch models. This is not the Cintiq Pro, so I don't want there to be confusion about that. This is the 16-inch Cintiq. But I have to say, the word Pro in this case should apply because this is a professional drawing tool. The hardware, as always with Wacom, super sturdy, super well built. You know that it's going to last for years and years and years. In fact, I've never had a Wacom device break on me, and I've been drawing on them since 1997. So that really says something about the quality of the product. As usual, the glass, so good. It's that tempered glass. It has a little bit of a toothy feel to it. I combine that with the felt nibs that they give you. And the felt nib and the stylus in combination with the glass just gives me this really natural feeling. I don't know if you can hear this in the recording. I'll be quiet for a second. But there's a little scratchiness to the surface when I'm drawing, and it just feels so natural to me. I love that. Of course, you don't have to use those. Use whatever you like. I've been testing all my brushes on here. They feel perfect, of course. I'm using Photoshop right now. Setup is super simple. I've got the Cintiq. I've got the MacBook Pro. I can work in any room in my house and be comfortable. This is really nice as a portable studio solution. And I could even pack this thing up in my roller bag and take a trip and draw with it with my MacBook anywhere I go. It's just the right size, not too big, not too small. It's like a drafting table. I can actually use my whole arm to draw, and it can support all that weight. No problem. It's got these built-in kickstand legs, but I've opted for the stand that you can buy, and the stand makes a huge difference in just that range of angles you can get for whatever kind of drawing you like to do. Everyone's got a different angle they like, but I found that even just with the legs, it winds up being roughly the angle that I like. And if I don't like that, I can actually just cheat and put a couple of books under there, and it's still totally stable. So listen, you do what you got to do. Anyway, incredible piece of machinery here. I love this thing. I'll do a little drawing and I'll record my screen while I talk a little bit more about the product. But long story short, I highly recommend people check this out. Like I said at the beginning, at this price point, I can't believe this thing exists because even just a couple of years ago, to get a Cintiq this good would have been double the price. Really, really nice stuff. Let's check it out. Okay, let's talk about the Cintiq 16. Here I'm demonstrating the pressure sensitivity of the stylus. Over 8,000 levels of input. This is phenomenal for a device at this price point from Wacom. I find the range is most noticeable when I'm making faint marks using less pressure. It makes it really easy for me to gradually ramp up the pressure as needed, and I have total control and consistency with the pen. I mentioned in the intro that I love using the felt nibs. They don't come with this model, but you can order them online for next to nothing in packs of 5 or 10. I don't see this as a big problem, but it is a small con if you want to try different nibs right out of the box. I also mentioned the feel of the glass. This plays a big part in the superior drawing experience I've always had with Cintiqs. There's just a bit of tooth, and it makes a world of difference. Combined with the felt nibs, I'm a happy camper. The size of the device is just right for those who want something big enough to use for pro work in a home studio, but small enough to throw in a bag for working on the go. It's not lightweight at all. I don't mean to suggest that. However, I would not want it to be, frankly. I like knowing it's made of solid stuff and can withstand the pressure of my arm resting on the surface while I draw, like a drafting table. Speaking of this, there's only one angle available to you for drawing if you use the built-in kickstand legs. This might also be considered a con for some, though it's a pretty convenient angle. You could opt for the $80 stand, which gives you tons of support in a very wide range of angles for drawing, but as I said in the intro, you can actually get away with just putting a few big books under the legs and get pretty much the same result. While I'm a keyboard shortcut guy, there are some of you who may miss the express keys that are built into sides of some Wacom models. I don't use them, but this is worth mentioning. Connecting the Cintiq to a laptop or desktop is extremely fast and easy. There is only one cable, and it includes 3 smaller cables branching off from it for USB-A, HDMI, and power. It's nice and simple, and I like that. Like everything else that comes with the device, the cables feel built to last, nothing flimsy about them. Overall, I'm so impressed with how close this feels to drawing on the top-of-the-line Cintiqs, and I can't even tell the difference between this model and my Cintiq 16-inch Pro. The Pro has a higher resolution, but that's never been important to me. On super high resolution screens, I always wind up working at 200% zoom anyway, because it's just easier on my eyes. So check this one out if you're in the market for a really good on-screen drawing device. I have to mention this again, but the price is so fair for what you're getting in terms of the quality and performance. Well done, Wacom. Hey, and if you're curious about the brushes I used in this drawing, one of them was the Free Flow brush. I used that for most of the drawing. That brush is coming in the 2020 update for all Photoshop users. The smudging that you saw was actually happening with the Drawing Box Rough Smudge brush, which is already in the Megapack Drawing Box. And I made a couple of little marks at the end with the HB Pencil Pro, also in the Megapack Drawing Box.
That's all from me now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.